So let's continue with exploring the expect function, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can verify that any element on the website is visible. But before we start, let me actually delete this test because we no longer need it. Everything you are doing here, we are doing also on the top, so it's just redundant. Instead, I'm gonna create one more test step and I'm gonna name it h1 should be visible. Sorry for the typo. And in this test, I want to go to the example.com and I want to verify that the h1 exists. So I'm gonna give you a hint. First, you need to start with getting the element. So get selector and save it to variable. And second step is do assertion. So let's start with step number 1. And if you go here and if you inspect this example domain, you can see that there is an h1 element. So now go back and let's create a variable and let's name it h1. And now if you want to target any element with the WebdriverIO, you have to use $, and now pass the value of that selector. In our case, it's h1. And now all you have to do is the assertion. So it's very similar to this because we are still using the expect function, but in this case we are not expecting something on the browser, but we are targeting this h1 element. So let's do expect h1 and the function is to be visible, like this. And that's pretty much it. Now let me just delete the comments. And now if I run a test, it will open the example website, validate the URL and title, and then in the another test step, it will validate that the h1 is visible on the site. So let's run the tests again. So now we are on the example, and as you can see, the tests are passing. h1 is visible. And now I have a challenge for you. If you look here on the side, you can see that there is also a p tag, and the challenge for you is write a test step which verify that there is a p tag visible on the website. So I think if you want to do it on your own, pause the video right now, do it, and then check the solution. But I think you will be able to do it pretty easily because it's pretty much the same as the h1. So pause the test right now, do it, and then get back to it. Well, so let's continue. So I'm gonna give it a description. P should be visible. And again, first I'm gonna create a variable and I'm gonna give it the value of the selector. In this case, it's just p. And I'm gonna call the expect function on the paragraph, and I will call to be visible function. And again, we are now working with very simple selectors. In the next videos, we will be working with much more complex locators such as classes, IDs, XPaths, and combination of both. But for now, we are working with very simple website, so you can learn the concepts of the WebdriverIO testing. So now open the terminal, run the tests again. And as you can see, all the tests are passing. We are successfully load example website, h1 is visible, and the p paragraph is visible as well. So that's it. This is how you can actually verify any selector visible on the website. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how you can check the link value, because if you look here, you can see that there is a link of more information. which is navigating to somewhere else, and I'm gonna show you the function which you can use to validate the value of that link. But I think this video is finished, and let's continue in the next one.